Okay, folks, hello for those of you on Facebook, on YouTube, on KGRDB Radio, on Rumble. Hello to you guys. I've said hello to you guys, of course, on Instagram. I appreciate you guys being here. Now, hello to you guys on Spreaker. And, of course, hello to you guys on TikTok. So we are pretty much on all of our formats, and I appreciate everybody here. Everybody, howdy to you. So a couple things before we get into the presentation. I want you to go to this website, kgradb.com. So that's the website, kgrad, as in dog, b as in bicycle.com. And make sure you put Bishop as your promo code. And subscribe. You're going to get 30% off your subscription. So why not? It'll save you some money. It's a great format. I love it over there, kgradb.com. And put Bishop as your promo code. 30% off, you're good to go. Now, if you want to go to my website, it's pretty simple. Bishop James Long, LONG.com. BishopJamesLong.com. And of course, now we also have my classes are online free. So it was when I was charging, it was only $12.50 for the class. But we decided to go ahead and give them for free. So real simple. All you got to do is go to bishopjameslong.com, click on the class or the class link. And if you'd like to donate to the church, that would be wonderful. That helps the clergy since we do not get paid as clergy. So if you want to donate, that would be very kind. And we certainly would appreciate that. And you'll see the link where it says there. All the funds go to our bishop-elect, Abbot Tommy. And he oversees all the funds. And then, of course, if you want to go to the church's website, that's easy. It's usocc.org. Well, wonderful, Joseph. That's fantastic. Joseph says, I started taking your demonology classes. Well, wonderful. So, again, usocc.org. Yeah, it's a good, someone's asking a good question on Instagram. What's your opinion on why people stop dreaming while sleeping and didn't have a dream for at least 5 to 6 years? Dalam is asking. I had a neurologist on the show maybe a couple years ago because we were talking about sleep paralysis and what his thoughts were on sleep paralysis. And I asked him specifically about dreaming, and he said many times within our dreams, it is something that we're dealing with internally. So whether it be struggles, anxiety, whatever it is, and some meaning, dreams like if you're falling or if you feel like you can't breathe or something of this nature, it doesn't always mean demons. So I think we have to be careful about that. But he said that many times when you're going through anxieties or stresses or loneliness or depression, you might dream, and dream analysis certainly does occur, and therapists are very good for that. So that's what his take is, because we dream in our subconscious mind, and this is really where sleep paralysis occurs. So, for example, when you have this, you're completely catatonic, and you can't move, you can't say anything, you can't do anything, and you're seeing some figure in front of you, and you can't move at all, and you can't usually for about 30 seconds or so. That's a sleep paralysis episode that actually does occur more often you think. So that's called intermittent sleep paralysis. And but anyway, that's so hopefully that answers your question. He just basically said that when you dream, most of the time it is the subconscious basically either projecting anxiety or stresses or something that you're dealing with, and then you dream, whether it's running away from a monster or you're walking down a road and you don't know which path to take. So there's so many ways to interpret, making choices in life and choosing this path, that path, anxieties, etc. Tonight, we're going to talk about, for the first hour, folks, the first hour of the show, we're going to talk about a really cool topic, and I hope that you're going to enjoy it because I love it. It is superstitions. Superstitions. We're going to have a really cool conversation about superstitions and where they come from. Why do we believe, knocking on the wood? Why do we do that? Knock on wood for good luck, or step on a crack and break a mother's back, or go underneath the ladder, or see a black cat. Where do these come from? See, most of us, if you're, I guess, a Generation X, or if you're an older generation, you probably have heard if all of these probably. But maybe you don't know where they come from. And that's what I'm really excited about delving into. What's it all about? What's it all about? Where did it come from? Where do these superstitions come from? And why we believe in them? Now, for those of you on TikTok, I do have to I'm going to have to put subscriber chat only for the first hour. We have to do it because the people come in and they're just so incredibly rude and vulgar and just disrespectful. And we don't tolerate that here. We just don't. Yeah, right behind me, you see that there is the doll that was featured on the Eli Roth Presents Legion of Exorcists show. So I do have her with me. She's in the case, and I'm not bringing her out of the case. So for those of you on Instagram, you won't be able to see it. But for those of you in TikTok, there she is, as well as those of you who are looking there on Facebook, on YouTube, and Twitter. Okay. So, yeah. There's a shine there, isn't it? Yeah, it's just a lot of deep shine. Okay. We'll try that. Maybe it won't be so shiny. Okay, today, for the first hour, folks, so let me put subscriber chat only for the first hour. The second hour, we open it up for everybody on TikTok. So just giving you a heads up, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll open it up to everybody. Okay? But I have a really special guest for tonight, for the first hour only, because this person is indeed, let me tell you, before we get into this, this person is, I think, scared of her own shadow. And if I didn't tell you guys that I was going to have her on, but in fact, I am. And, if you know anything about this entrance music, yeah, here she is. Yep. She was. Hello, Miss Wilma. How are you doing today?
Hi, everybody. Happy Memorial Weekend.
Well, happy Memorial.
Everybody's having a fantastic night. How you doing this long?
I am doing fantabulistic. And how are you doing tonight?
Hanging in there.
Yeah, well, happy Memorial Weekend to you as well. Are you going to party?
No, I'll just stay here.
She's going to party.
No partying.
She's going to party. Miss Wilma, you don't like the scary paranormal stuff, do you?
No, I don't.
No. You really do get scared of that, don't you?
Yes, I really do. And earlier you talked about your shadow.
Yes.
That actually happened one time. It did. Honestly, it did. You're laughing probably, but that's okay. It did happen. I wasn't feeling good one night. Mm-hmm. I went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And when I walked in, of course I have a mirror, and I wasn't thinking, and I walked in, went to her good. I jumped. I thought, "Oh, that's me."
I'm telling you, she jumps at her own shadow.
Actually, it did happen.
Hey.
But I mean, I wasn't thinking because I wasn't feeling good, And I just walked in like, oh.
So Wilma, are you ready for the fun show?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm very superstitious.
It's going to be very scary.
No scary. Just superstitious.
Very
my
scary.
Mom, I think my mom and my grandma wrote the book.
It is. I was talking to you earlier about that, and you were just going on and on and on about.
It's nonstop. I mean, it's constantly.
She knows a lot. When I tell you a lot about superstition, I mean she knows a lot. So let me share you some of the things that I have found, and then maybe you can share some of the knowledge that you know. How's that?
Oh, okay. I'll go and move that way. It won't be so fast loud or something. Okay.
Okay, and then we'll bring you in. How's that?
Okay.
After each one. Okay. Well, I tell you what. No, just don't go on mute. Listen to this. Have you ever heard breaking a mirror brings 7 years of bad luck? Have you ever heard of that before?
Yes.
Did you ever break a mirror?
No. But I wanted to get rid of a small, those little, you're in women's compact make powder. They have these mirrors.
I remember those. My grandmother used to have them. I mean, hello. I do remember them. I mean, believe it or not, they still make them. Did you know back in 1910 they had those little compact things there for your makeup? I think they still have them. She doesn't get out. She doesn't get out much. She doesn't get out. Okay.
Anywho, I didn't want that mirror. So, because I ran out of powder, and I thought, I'm not throwing this away. I don't want to keep it in the house because I'm breaking. So I took it to the mall, and there was a garbage can laying there, and I just laid it in there really nice.
So just because it has a mirror in it.
Yeah, I didn't want no mirror. I don't have much mirrors in the house. Actually, no.
Well, listen to this. Breaking a mirror brings 7 years of bad luck. So where did this come from? Well, actually, in ancient times, mirrors were considered tools of the gods, and breaking one was seen as an offense to them. See, in ancient Rome, mirrors were once thought to be tools that reflected a person's soul. So breaking a mirror was believed to bring harm to one's soul and lead to 7 years of bad luck, because 7 years is the number of completion. Isn't that is so cool? I never knew this, but that's where we get it from.
Wow.
So back in the ancient Roman days, when you were there with Julius Caesar, I'm sure you definitely made sure that there were no mirrors that were broke, correct? Oh, you were. Miss Wilma, let me ask you this question.
Yes.
Have you ever opened an umbrella indoors?
No, I won't do it. No.
Why not?
No, I will not open. No. Bad luck.
So if I come to your house and I have a great big huge golf umbrella and I open it up indoors,
you're welcome, but the umbrella has to stay outside because it'll be wet. And but no open umbrellas.
No. What if it's a perfectly sunny day and I just walked over with an umbrella and it's no rain at all, none, and I just open it up right in the.
You would close it. I'd ask you to close it. Please close it.
Well, listen to this. Well, okay, so you won't ever open an umbrella. Do you know where that comes from?
My mom and my grandma. Well, you asked me where it came from. I just I'm telling you, they wrote the book.
Oh, I don't have it. Oh, you are so lucky. You are so lucky. I don't have my speaker with me. I don't know where's my speaker. Needed my speaker when I need it. No, it's not from your. Okay, let me tell you where they got it from.
Okay.
This superstition may have originated from Victorian England, when umbrellas were large and unwieldy and causing potential damage indoors. Now, in ancient Egypt, long time ago, umbrellas were actually used to protect against the sun god's wrath. So opening one indoors was seen as disrespectful to the gods and could bring bad luck. This is where the whole point of opening an umbrella indoors comes from.
Wow, and that it happened to my cousin's wife.
So wait, you're telling me somebody opened the umbrella indoor and got bad luck?
Yes.
You believe in bad luck?
Me, I'm very superstitious because my grandma and grandpa. I mean, my mom. She had a little party. She had a little umbrella opened up in her house.
Okay.
A little old thing.
Okay.
And she thought, I'll go out. The next day, she went out and cut her grass. She's cutting her grass. She cut 3 of her toes off.
Oh, but just because she opened an umbrella?
That was bad luck. And
okay, folks, I want to hear from you guys. Have you ever opened an umbrella inside and had bad luck? I'm really, really curious. Yeah, the doll is back. The doll is back. So I'm curious. Have you ever had an umbrella? Opening up an umbrella, parasol? No. Okay. Well, listen to this. What about this, Miss Wilma? If I'm coming over your house and I'm going to work on your roof and I have a ladder and the ladder is, of course, leaning on your side and I'm on top of the roof and say, Wilma, I need something. Now, are you going to walk underneath that ladder?
No.
What do you mean, no?
No, I never. Oh, my stars, no.
Well, why not?
Because when Daddy got on the roof and we would hand him nails and stuff. I go past the middle of the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
No, not under it.
Well, let me tell you this. Do you know where that came from? Let me tell you where it came from. The superstition actually stems from, well, thank you, medieval times, when a ladder leaning against a wall, it formed a triangle with the ground, and that symbolized the Holy Trinity. So walking through that symbol was considered blasphemous against God. That's where walking under a ladder is bad luck. That's where it comes from.
Wow.
See, I just, you know what, growing up, I've heard these. I've always heard these. And
I lived them.
Well, and you've lived them. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big believer necessarily in the bad luck thing. Because basically there's a Latin called post hoc ergo propter hoc. So it means false cause. So just because I do something doesn't mean that this calls that. So I'm not a big fan of believing just because you walk underneath the ladder, you're going to have bad luck. But that's just me. Here's one. Now, Miss Wilma, I know you love black cats, especially when they cross your path, don't you?
No. That happened to me. No. That's no.
Well, hold on.
Number one thing, terrible.
Hold on. There's a difference between bad luck and actually invitation. So Francis Maria made a joke. He said, then open because I said I don't believe in bad luck. And then Francis Maria said, well, open the case where the doll is. No. Me opening the case would be saying I now invite the demon to come on right on in here. No. See, I don't want anything catching fire. I don't want anything. So that doll is going to stay right here on the case, right there in that case. So you don't like a black cat walking past in your path?
No. My friend's dad was so bad that if a cat went across in the road while he was driving, he stopped and he backed the car up and he turned a different way.
You got to be kidding!
Not even cross.
Really?
Me, it happened. Now, I know I'm clumsy.
Yeah,
I know but a daggone cat went across me when I was driving. I had 3 bad lucks in that one day. 3.
Because of
I'm clumsy, but that cat.
Because of a black cat.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
come
and
on.
I strongly believe in that.
Well, listen. Here's where this comes from. For those of you who truly believe this, black cats crossing your path brings bad luck. For those of you who have no idea what I'm thinking, people are offering gifts to the ministry on TikTok, and I'm thanking them. And I also thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Thank you. Well, listen to this. In the Middle Ages, black cats were associated with witches and evil spirits. So this belief was reinforced during the Salem witch trials. The superstition of a black cat crossing your path likely originated in medieval Europe, where black cats were associated with witches and evil spirits and demons. And it was believed that if a black cat crossed your path, it was a sign of impending doom. And it just because they can't help it. They can't help it that they were born a black cat. I'm sure they're just as lovely as a beautiful little yellow cat.
I never did own one. I didn't want to own one.
Well, you're telling me you would never own a black cat?
I never did.
Would you ever want one?
Nope. No.
Man.
No.
Okay. Now, I do know that down in 1920, when you were a kid, breaking a wishbone you believe breaking a wishbone brings good luck. Is that correct?
Yes.
Have you ever done it?
Yes. And it does bring, if you...
Oh, come on. You can't...
Somebody gets the whole one in and you break it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I get the bigger half, that's good luck. But they got the bad luck because they got the little part. Just because
they got a smaller bone?
Yep, they get bad luck, and I hate good luck.
Now, folks, look.
This is true. I strongly believe in these superstitions. I live them.
Well, for those of you who want to know, Francis Maria said the witch's room came to life because she was put to death for taking care of her black cat. Yeah. Hope Tulsa, my brother and I used to Do it after dinner growing up. Let's see. How about a rabbit's foot? Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. Let's see. I have a black cat that was found at a few weeks old. She was wild. She's not bad. Oh, there we go. Listen to this. Well, for those of you who want to know, the superstition dates back to ancient Romans who actually believed the breaking of the wishbone, who believed that breaking a wishbone could bring good misfortune. See, breaking a wishbone and making a wish may have originated from the ancient Etruscans, some people say, who believed that chickens were oracles, that they could predict your future. By breaking the wishbone, one could access the chicken's prophetic powers. And two people get to the end of the chicken bone, and the one with the biggest bone gets the good luck, and the one with the smallest bone gets the one with the bad luck. So it's a cultural belief that chickens had some type of powers that they could predict the future, and that's where the wishbone comes from.
Wow.
A dumb chicken. Now look, they taste good. Okay, I'm just saying the chicken tastes good now, but ain't no chicken gonna tell me my future just because I break a wishbone. Yeah. So let me ask you, what happens if we break a wishbone and it's the same? There's no difference as far as one's longer, one's smaller. What if they're the same?
It's always bigger. They ain't the same.
See, that stupid chicken.
It's the same.
That stupid chicken. See, that chicken. That's the problem. That's why they need to be on a grill. Okay. Now, have you ever done this, Miss Wilma? Tell me this. Have you ever done this? Knock on wood for good luck.
I did it actually yesterday.
So
I still live them. I tell you, I still live all these.
Now, you're not going to like this. You're not going to like this, though, because knocking on wood for good luck. How many of you do this? Yep. Gina says, yep. Several of you are saying, yep. Patrick says, yes.
Yes.
Sister Jennifer says, yep, I knock. Okay. Okay. All right. So a lot of people. That's right, Judy Ann. Listen to this. Here's the story behind it. So when you're knocking on wood, the superstition likely originated from pagan beliefs that spirits reside in trees, and knocking on wood was a way to call upon these spirits for protection. That's where it comes from.
Okay.
So you, little Miss Sunshine, knocking on wood for good luck.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's the history. I'm saying this is.
Like I say, I still live all these.
Oh, Francis Marie, you read my mind. Francis Marie 73. Now, Miss Wilma, I know the way you cook is quite interesting.
Yeah.
When Wilma cooks, the whole table and chairs and floor and the walls, they all get a piece. So,
especially when I peel potatoes, they fly everywhere.
I mean, you're like a potato peeler machine. So let me ask you this. Do you believe spilling salt is bad luck?
Yes.
Oh, come on. It's salt.
No. When you spill the salt, it's bad luck. But to reverse it, you put a little bit in your hand, throw it over your shoulder, and it brings good luck.
Because you spilled salt.
Every time you spill, if you accidentally spill a salt shaker, it's an accident. Okay, you pick that same salt shaker up, you put just a little in your hand, and you throw it over your shoulder, and that's going to reverse it till you get good luck. That gives you the good luck.
Well, listen to this. This is interesting. Salt was once a very valuable commodity. It was something expensive to have, and spilling it was considered wasteful. So it's also linked to the idea that spilt salt attracts evil spirits. Many people say in Leonardo da Vinci's painting, The Last Supper. So that you can see that in there. So just Google that, spilled salt, Last Supper, Leonardo da Vinci's painting. Very interesting.
Wow.
Now, okay. Now, when you were a kid back in 1850, we're going further. You're getting older. So back in 1850, that's back way back. Did you have cracks in the pavements? And did you step on that crack? And were you afraid you're going to break your mother's back?
Yep. I jumped over one of them. Well, I didn't want to crack my mommy's back. I jumped over those suckers.
Suzanne says yes. Really? So wait, hold on, everybody. Step on a crack, you break your mother's back. Did you guys?
Yes.
So you're telling? Hold on. Time out. Illegal procedure on the play. 10-yard penalty. You're telling me that you actually had that?
Yep. My mom. You're going to laugh, but it's true. I mean, I know it's true. When I was stepping on them, just think, okay, I'm going to see what happens. Next day, your back was hurting.
Wilma.
And I told my mom what I did. She's like, "You mean this is my back hurt because you stepped on all those cracks?"
Wait a minute. You purposely did it to see if it would hurt your mom's back? My, you vicious.
I used to walk downtown a lot, and of course, got sidewalks.
Yeah.
I thought, what's that? I thought, oh, try to sucker. Hey, next day your back was hurt. I'll never forget that.
Oh, man. Can you imagine, Wilma? Oh, there's a crack. Oh, there's a crack. Oh, there's a crack. There's a crack. You don't like my grades in school? There's a crack.
I was little. I mean, I thought,
man.
Okay, wonder what happened.
Okay. Well, by the way, for those of you who want to know, step on a crack, you break your mother's back. Well, the superstition are likely originated as a warning to children to be careful and avoid accidents. See, European and early American folk tales spread the notion that empty space in cracks, like whether in sidewalks or floors or walls, were actually connections from earth to the spirit world, and messing with them in any way would cause trouble and misfortune. So this eventually gave way to the popular nursery rhyme, step on a crack and break your mother's back. There we go. So you step on a crack and I guess you're caving in Miss Wilma's husband down there. Like, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? Yeah, I tell you. By the way, Miss Wilma, for those of you who don't know, let me just find this. Miss Wilma, I did this as a ha ha ho ho he joke, but Miss Wilma has informed me that she actually likes a particular young man, and you probably know him if you've seen him. There we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, have you guys seen that one? Yeah, see that Joey guy? Yeah, Miss Wilma informed me because I sent her. I'm going to tell everybody. I sent her a video and I said, "This is your future husband," and she writes back, "Oh, he's handsome." And now Miss Wilma has not checked her eyes in a while. So I'll have to admit, we have to give her some credit. But Wilma,
when you look at his eyes, he's got the moves, he's got the groove. But when you look in his eyes, it's just something that he is handsome. Actually, when you sent me that video, I watched it about 4 or 5 times. You're like, you played it again? You played it again? Well, yeah. That's a keeper.
That's a keeper.
Oh, by the way, he didn't have a wedding ring.
I'm telling you, folks.
I mean,
now, she's just saying. So, Joey, if you're watching, there we go, buddy. There we got your next date, so you can twist and do your hips and all that other. Okay, so we talked about step on a crack and you break your mama's back, and that's tell you.
How did they get to that? Man, that ain't super stuff.
I don't know. I probably because the way he's dancing looked like he's breaking his back. Okay. Now. Oh, yeah. Miss Wilma, when you were a kid, did you collect a rabbit's foot for good luck?
I still have them.
You've got to be okay.
I have one in there.
You really do have them.
Well, yeah. I carried that all the time. 4-leaf clover. That that wilted a long time ago.
Wow.
But yeah, I got this poor rabbit foot.
Yeah, Goose, and we'll talk about that. We'll get to the paranormal stuff at 8 o'clock. Right now, we're just having a good time with the superstitions, but this is kind of paranormal and really. So, for those of you who don't know, a rabbit's foot brings good luck. The superstition dates back to actually some people say ancient Celtic tribes who believed in the luck of various animal parts, including rabbit feet. Now, some say the belief that carrying a rabbit's foot brings good luck. And some people say it actually originated from African-American folklore, where it was believed that the foot of a rabbit was a powerful charm against evil spirits. Who knew? So that's pretty good stuff. Now, I want to ask you about horseshoes. Horseshoes bringing good luck. What's this all about? Do you believe that? You don't believe that, do you?
I have two of them.
You really are truly superstitious. You are absolutely.
I'm telling you, my grandma wrote the book.
Wow.
I'm still living them.
Oh yeah. Well, Judy Ann, of course, she works with, she knows a lot about horses. She's a great writer for horses too. So
you are?
Yes.
I love horses.
Oh, she is. I'm telling you, then you and I tell you, Judy Ann, I need to get you connected to Miss Wilma because Miss Wilma loves horses, and Judy Ann actually writes about them. So,
yeah, I had one. Oh my gosh, she's beautiful.
Now listen to this. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to put your speaker up. But for those of you who don't know, iron horseshoes were believed to ward, and actually still believe, many people believe, to ward off evil spirits and protect against witches. So hanging them with the open end up was thought to catch and hold good luck. And hanging a horseshoe above a door for luck may have originated from European folklore, where it was believed that horseshoes could ward off evil spirits and bring good fortune. So horseshoes are considered symbols of good luck because some people say there's a story of a Christian story. Some people don't believe it, but about the 10th century Saint Dunstan. He was a blacksmith who was approached by the devil in disguise to put shoes on his horse. But Saint Dunstan saw through the disguise and put the shoes on the devil's feet instead. And Dunstan agreed to remove the shoes only if the devil agreed never to try and enter a home with a horseshoe hanging on its door. It's customary to hang your horseshoe with 7 nails, but there is some debate over whether they should be hung with the ends pointing up so the shoe catches good luck, or down so that the shoe pours luck onto everyone who passes through the doorway. So, and 7, of course, is the number of universal of perfection. So that's pretty amazing. Ms. Wilma, I'm going to have to, because your speaker is so loud, I'm getting a really bad feedback. So we're going to have to hang up, unfortunately. Okay, yeah. She's going to go on mute there because she has her, well, you guys know, she has hearing issues. She's talked about that, and her speaker is so loud, there's a bad feedback. But so there we go. Now we know, Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. Let's talk. Miss Wilma, do you believe Friday the 13th is unlucky?
Yeah, if I have doctor's appointment or anywhere, I will not go on that day.
Really?
Yep, I will not go. I changed my doctor's appointments, or I will not go get groceries.
All right. Well,
Friday the 13th.
All right. Well, let me tell the folks about this. The superstition has roots in Christianity, where 13 guests at the Last Supper led to the crucifixion of Jesus on Friday. Now, the stigma attached to Friday the 13th is widely believed. Many people believe it through biblical roots. The number 12 is seen in many cultures as sort of a perfect number, and adding one more to that throws things off a bit. According to Scripture, Judas was the 13th guest to arrive at the Last Supper. And Friday was widely believed to be the day Christ was crucified. And many people believe that is why, because Judas was the 13th disciple, and it was a Friday the 13th. Now, also in Norse mythology, and there's also battles, historical battles that were terrible battles that were fought, especially with the Crusades. But in Norse mythology, Loki was the 13th guest to arrive at a dinner for the gods in Valhalla and wreaked havoc on the whole event. So the Friday superstition also has origins in the United States, where in the 19th century, all executions, every one of them, took place on Friday. Pretty interesting. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's the theory there, AJ. That's the theory. Okay. So, do you have any other thoughts on that one?
No, but man, that's pretty neat. Where you're getting where they're coming from.
Yeah. Yeah. So, for those of you who there's that theory as far as the 13th, the 13th disciple, for Matthias was voted to replace Judas by the remaining 11th. Then Saul of Tarsus, previously a zealot, persecutor of the church, met Jesus on the road to Damascus. And so there's other arguments for the 13th, saying, I like I said, I'm kind of, no, but I think really comes from primarily the war. There was a terrible war in the Crusades, and it was quite violent. Okay. Now, folks, I'm not going to believe in this. I'm not going to believe it. Nope. You're not going to. Nope. Yeah, that's right. There's a movie called The 13th Crusader. Spiders. The superstition is spiders bring good luck. I am sorry, but this is one of those times where I'm saying, no. Miss Wilma, do you believe spiders bring good luck?
Yes. But I can't stand them.
You truly believe spiders, where they bite you, and the black widows and brown recluses stick their
fangs. If you find
fangs.
one in your clothes, yes, that does bring you good luck.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. A spider in my clothes so it can bite me on that. That's exactly right on the posterior. Pow, right there. That's exactly what I need. No, I don't think so. I don't think I want any spiders biting me on the. I don't know. No, you can't tell me that's good luck. Nope. No, that's not good luck. That's not good luck. No. Yeah. See, even you hearing that, it sounds like, yeah, that doesn't sound right.
But it is true. You said it is good luck.
Now, we'll get to that, Jenny. Well, listen to this, everybody. In many cultures, spiders are seen as omens of good fortune. This may have originated from their role in controlling insect populations. In many cultures, spiders are seen as omens of good fortune, and because of that, and this may have originated from helping, these nasty, creepy, crawly. So if you see a spider in some cultures in a house, it's considered good luck. It's believed to bring prosperity and even protection. It originally likely originated from ancient beliefs that spiders wove protective webs around dwellings. But I'm sorry. I do not want spiders in my clothing at all. And I don't want spiders in my home. I just don't. I can, no. No. Yeah, that's right. I gently relocate lost spiders. There we go, says Jennifer. That is absolutely correct. Jennifer's got it right on the money. Gently, just say, here you go. Bye-bye. Go outside. This is where you need to be. Ta-ta. Okay. Now, have you heard of this? I'm sure you should. Yeah. Have you heard a bird flying into your house is a bad omen?
Yes, it's very bad luck.
Well, it's bad luck for the bird because the bird probably going to be flying around hitting the wall.
We used to have a pet bird, and when the bird came in, one long after that my grandpa passed away. My dad and my mom said, that bird's fault. That grandpa died because that bird came in the house.
Nacho Libre says, I have a tarantula as a pet. Now, Nacho Libre.
Yes, I've heard people collect those.
Tarantulas. Now look.
I know that's a big.
Now look. Now,
spider.
Nacho Libre. Now I'm okay with, pets are good, but ain't no tarantula gonna come up and snuggle right there and watching Netflix with you while you're eating the popcorn. And he goes, then you coochie coo, and they'll put this fangs right in your. You're in your coochie. No, I don't want no coochie. I don't want no spiders going to keep your coochie coo. As I was saying, a bird flying into your house is a bad omen because in many cultures, birds are seen as messengers of the gods. So a bird flying into the house was thought to bring a message of death. See, many cultures believe that a bird entering a house, it is a bad omen. And the superstition may have originated from the idea that birds carry the souls of the deceased. That's where it comes from. So, Miss Wilma, I tell you what, why don't you do me a favor? Since we are getting a little feedback, why don't you go ahead and tell me some of your superstitions, and then I'll finish the rest of the list in just a second. How's that?
Okay. Don't bring shovel in the house. Bad luck.
What?
Don't bring a shovel in the house. It's bad luck.
Well, why not?
Very bad luck. It's bad luck to bring a shovel in the house. Don't never bring a shovel in the house. It's bad luck.
Do you really believe that?
Yes.
In the house, because
yes,
it brings bad
bring
luck.
A shovel in the house.
Okay, I'm going to find out where this thing came from because this is really interesting. I'm never
telling you, my mom and my grandma.
Well, no, I understand that, but there's always a history.
You're going deeper.
Yeah, there's a history behind them, and that's probably so bad luck. Meaning, someone you lose your money, or
it's just bad luck. It's all mom. I just never mom's. So dad never bring a shovel in the house.
Okay, well that's really interesting. I'm gonna Google this real quick. Superstition. Well, thank you very much, Margie. Thank you. It's beautiful. Don't bring a shovel. Well, in the house, it brings bad luck. We're going to find out what this is all about. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find it because that's interesting. Okay. We've talked about the floor, so I'll talk about that in a second. Well, I can't find it. We'll have to find it later, but okay. Well, what else do you have?
Don't wear red when it's storming because it tracks lightning.
What?
Don't wear red when it storms because it tracks lightning.
Okay. What else?
Okay. When you're cutting your toenails or fingernails, don't always pick them up. Don't let anyone walk on them. It's bad luck.
If someone
like if you cut your toenails and I come over and I stepped on one, then I'll have bad luck.
Well, first of all, you shouldn't be stepping on my toenails. Toenails. Well, first of all, hopefully it's properly disposed of. But okay, toenails just creep me out. Okay, what else you got?
If you drop a fork accidentally and you step on it, you get money. And that's true because that has happened to me
Where's
a
fork?
lot.
Hold on, where's a fork? Wait, I got to find a fork, everybody. I'll accidentally. Whoops! I accidentally. Whoops! That was an accident. Oh, let me step on that damn thing.
Money.
You got money?
I did get money.
All right. Okay. What else you got? Yeah, we mentioned the ladders. Okay. What else you have?
Okay. Don't wear socks. White socks to bed. Bad luck.
What the hell? What does white socks have to do with having bad luck wearing it to bed?
And you don't wear white socks in bed. It's bad luck.
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
Okay.
I don't wear white socks.
That's pretty interesting. Okay. So what else you got for white socks?
When you accidentally when you accidentally drop a tea towel, it's bad luck.
A tea towel, okay? Because
a tea towel. You don't never want to drop a tea towel on the floor. It's bad luck.
Probably because when you bend over and pick the damn thing up, the tea bottle probably comes down hitting you on your head. Probably. That's probably. Okay, what else you got?
I know this is true because my friend got a divorce. Don't never get married on a rainy day. That's how many tears that you shed. Well, her wedding didn't last very long.
You know, I have heard that one before. I have heard. What happened to the story?
When I don't know, when about 6-7 months, she her husband started fooling around on her, and he divorced. And it really hurt Karen. She yelled, but she got married, and it was pouring down rain, and her marriage didn't last very long. She cried an awful lot.
That actually, for those of you who don't know, that comes from Hindu tradition. Interesting. Okay, what else you have?
Now, if your left ear itches, turns red, someone's talking bad about you.
That's why it's so old.
But if your right ear itches and turns red, they're talking good about you.
That's why this right side never turns red. It's always the red. Okay. That's why my left ear is always red. See, it's a difference. See, it's a really red. Look at that. Look how pale that is. Yeah. Okay. The little trolls. All right. What else?
If you find a penny on the floor with the head up, pick it up. It's good luck.
Oh yeah. No, I've heard that one before. I have heard that one before. You know what? Well, a penny. I mean, do you do that if?
Got to be on the head though.
Okay, so if you see a penny and with the head facing, do you actually pick it up? You're like, look, I'm too tired to be picking up no penny.
If I see a penny and on the head, I'm picking that sucker up. But what I do is I find a penny like in a store or something.
Yeah.
If it's on the tail, I'll turn it over.
Well, hey, maybe you need to start picking up pennies with the heads up. Maybe Joey will give you a call. Joey, the dancer. You know what I mean?
I never thought of that.
Oh boy, here we go, Joey. Let's pick up the penny. All right. So what else do you got there?
Don't chew gum at night. Bad luck.
Don't chew gum at night? It's bad luck?
Yep. Mom always said, spit your gum out. I stayed all night with my grandma one night. She said, you got gum? I said, yeah. She said, oh, honey, got to spit it out. It's done dark. It brings a debt.
I would probably say that probably came from, that's just my opinion. It probably came from the fact that parents don't want their children going to bed, chewing gum because they don't want to get choked on it. So that's probably.
No, it's not bad. It's just when you go at night, when the sun goes down.
Okay.
When the sun goes down and you're chewing gum, it's going to cause a death.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. All right, well, folks, there you go. No chewing gums at night. Okay. What else? Anything else?
Don't enter your room with your left foot. Bad luck. Like if you go in the living room, kitchen, whatever, you put your left foot through, bad luck.
So wait. So don't enter your house. Don't enter your house with the left foot.
Not in your house, in a room, any room.
Well, what happens if
the bedroom?
Okay, what happens if you don't have a right foot? I mean, that's not very nice. What are you going to do then?
I know this sounds crazy, but I've done it through the years that have automatically just my right foot already goes in. Because you don't want to go put your left foot through.
That's it. AJ said.
I mean, I'm just saying.
AJ, that was a good one. AJ said she's pulling your leg, Bishop. That was good. That's a joke. She's pulling.
I will be.
Hello, pulling your leg. Get it? It's a joke. Okay, by the way, we're going to have more of these tomorrow. When we do our open mic night, we're going to have more of these tomorrow. So thank you very much. I appreciate it, Jax. So tomorrow at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time, we're not leaving. We have our open mic night. And so we're going to talk more about these. So we'll have to wrap this up. And, but we'll do it again. We'll do some more tomorrow. How's that, Miss Wilma?
Okay. And I had fun tonight doing it. Well, I'm glad I got to come on with y'all tonight. And I know you want to get with your prayer, scary stuff.
What happens. I'm telling everybody I say it, but no one believes me. No one believes me. It's the Jim Beam.
And please keep that dog in that bucket, okay?
Absolutely. That 100%. 100%.
I hope everyone has a safe night. And I do love all of you. And God bless.
Thank you, Miss Wilma. We'll talk to you a little later.
All right. Night, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. That was Miss Wilma. She well, like I said, we'll be here tomorrow, and she'll give us some more of her wisdom. But I'm going to finish this list here that I have. See, there's a little bit of a feedback. So we know about carrying a 4-leaf clover. Allegedly brings good luck. Well, you might think that the myth of the 4-leaf clover has actually Celtic origins, but you'd actually be wrong. Allegedly, the hype around the shamrock actually started supposedly with Adam and Eve, when Eve took a 4-leaf clover from the Garden of Eden as a souvenir from the beautiful paradise that they were leaving behind when they were exiled. Now, that's some people's belief. Other cultures, including ancient Egyptians and, yes, Druid priests of Ireland, who believed that the clovers had healing properties and could ward off evil. It's estimated that the chances of finding a 4-leaf clover, by the way, is 1 in 10,000. Pretty cool. Now, most of you know about crossing your fingers. Come on. Let me hit those let me hit the lottery numbers. It never does. I must be crossing them wrong or something. But the gesture actually originated from early Christianity, where two people would cross fingers to form the shape of a cross for protection. And she talked about this briefly, an itchy left palm means you'll receive money. So this superstition likely originated from the idea that when your palm itches, you'll soon handle money. The superstition that an itchy palm means that you'll receive money may have originated from the belief that rubbing an itchy palm on wood could bring financial success. Because obviously wood was a commodity. Also, seeing a shooting star, you have to make a wish then. And that many people say that superstition likely originated from ancient Greek and Romans' beliefs that shooting stars were signs from the gods and could grant wishes. Breaking an egg with 2 yolks bring good luck. So in many cultures, double yolks were seen as a sign of fertility. I ain't breaking those damn eggs. That's all I got to say. No, I ain't breaking no eggs. They better not be no double yolks in there. I eat eggs. I better never see no double egg. I'm gonna drop it on the floor. Whoops. No. Okay. Putting a hat on a bed is bad luck. Well, let me tell you where this comes from. The superstition dates back to ancient times when hats were believed to contain the essence of a person's soul, and placing a hat on a bed was seen as inviting bad luck or even death. See, the superstition is believed to have originated in ancient Egypt, some people believe, where a hat placed on a bed was seen as a symbol of death or bad luck, as it resembled the head dresses worn by pharaohs in tombs. Never put a hat on the bed because they say it would bring death. One theory is that putting a hat on your bed is too similar to the old practice of putting a dead person's hat on their coffin, and that doing so would bring death to your home. There is also, by the way, an idea that people used to think that evil spirits lived in their hair. This is what they actually believed, presumably because of the phenomenon we know as static electricity. And those spirits would transfer to the bed if you put your hat on it. So it is also possible that the whole superstition came about to prevent the spread of lice as well. See, these are so, I think these are, so Patrick, you broke 2 yolks. Well, you're going to have a couple little Patricks running around. That's it. Now, she was talking about finding a penny, Miss Wilma. With the heads up, it brings good luck. Well, actually, the superstition may have originated from ancient beliefs that metal, particularly copper had protective properties, and the belief that finding a penny heads up brings good luck may have originated from the ancient practice of placing coins on the eyes of the deceased as a form of payment to the ferryman who crosses the river, sticks into the afterlife. So that's perhaps where it comes from, or the heads up. That isn't it. These are so fascinating to me. I tell you, I love them. For those of you on Instagram, I'm going to have to play this again because it's going to cut me off here after the hour. So we'll have to do this. Now, a lot of people sneeze and we immediately say, God bless you. This custom originated from the belief that sneezing could expel evil spirits from the body. So God bless you was said to protect the sneezer from these spirits. That is so... I tell you what, see, I just did. So let me just go. Oh gosh. Instagram just cut me off. And as soon as I went back, I saw Wilma's boyfriend, Joey, dancing. So it's like, oh my goodness gracious. So let me just do part 2 on here on Instagram. Yeah, I just saw she just loves that boyfriend. I tell you, there we go. Yeah. So there we go. Groundhog Day. How many of you believe in Groundhog Day? Do you actually? I agree, Joanne. I love these because I've heard them all my life. And hit earpiece there. Do you guys believe in Groundhog Day? No, so I do. So some people do. Nope. So there are some of you do, huh? Well, for those of you who may not know, leave him alone. He's comfy. Yeah. Listen to this. Animals predicting the weather was adapted actually from German culture when settlers arrived in the United States and chose Pennsylvania as their home. See, the old Candlemas Day tradition in Germany involved members of the clergy distributing blessed candles, which were used to determine how long the winter would last. Animals were also observed to see how long their hibernation periods lasted, and Germans closely tracked badgers and found groundhogs to be the next best thing. So now you know where we get this whole Groundhog Day. There it is. Placing coins near a newborn. Right. Yeah, Judy-Ann says, my horses always know when the weather changes and also when an earthquake will hit. You know, I got to tell you something. Persimmon seeds. Persimmon seed. Now, Miss Wilma is an absolute 1,000,000% believer of persimmon seed being able to predict the future. So if you cut a persimmon seed in half, you have to be careful because you don't cut the seed. If it looks like a shovel, then it's snow. If it looks like a knife, it's ice. And I believe if it's a fork, it's going to be a mild winter. I believe that's correct. But I got to tell you something. It used to be correct. And accurately, it was pretty amazing. I can't deny. I mean, we used to do it all the time because she had a persimmon seed persimmon tree in her yard, and we used to always do it. We used to always cut it and to find out what it said. And up until about 5 years ago, it was pretty legit. But honest to God, about 5 years ago, it has completely bombed. I mean, it has bombed big time. Pomegranates, Regina, is that what people do now? Pomegranates as well? Yeah. So but now it's changed. I mean, you can't. There's no way. So placing coins near a newborn. So in many cultures, placing coins near a newborn baby is believed to bring good luck and financial prosperity. This may have originated from the idea that offering gifts of money would ensure the child's future wealth and success. Throwing salt over your shoulder, we talked about that earlier. The superstition dates back, again, to ancient Roman times when salt was considered, it was precious. So by throwing salt over their shoulder, people believed they were warding off evil spirits who might be lurking behind them. Who knew? Opening a fan indoors. Wilma believes this. In many Asian cultures, opening a fan indoors is considered bad luck, as it believes to scatter good fortune and prosperity away from the house or business. Putting a shoe on the table. Well, why would you do that anyway? I mean, that's kind of nasty. But placing a shoe on a table is considered bad luck in many cultures, as it is believed to bring misfortune or even death. The superstition may have originated from the idea that putting shoes on a table would invite evil spirits into their home. Really? You got no? Whoa! Seriously? No, okay, now here's what I can say: putting shoes on the table, it's filthy, right? I mean, it's dirty. So I mean, you wouldn't do it anyway. But just beyond the dirtiness of it, how is putting a shoe on a table? Is Italian superstition? I would love to know the history of that. Okay. Now, Miss Wilma told me this. Never walk around with one shoe on and the other shoe off. Because it brings bad luck. Well, let me do a puzzle here on TikTok. Every hour we have to do that. There we go. So it brings bad luck. Did you hear that? Have you heard never walk around with one shoe on and the other shoe off? So in some cultures, it is believed that walking with one shoe on and one shoe off can bring bad luck or misfortune. Additionally, some people believe that walking unevenly with one shoe on and one shoe off may disrupt the balance of energy in the body. And according to principles of traditional Chinese medicine. So if you're walking around according to ancient Chinese medicine, it messes up the balance of nature and of energy. We talked about spider in your clothing. In many cultures, finding a spider in your clothing is considered a sign of good luck. Now, the superstition may have originated from the idea that spiders were weaving threads of fate and prosperity. I'm sorry. No, ain't gonna happen. Not interested. No, I don't want to see any spiders at all in my home. I just don't like them. The evil eye. Now, the evil eye. The belief in the evil eye is a curse believed to be cast by a malevolent glare. It's prevalent in many cultures. The superstition may have originated from ancient beliefs in the power of the gaze to bring harm or misfortune to others. Now, I don't know about the necessarily that, but here's what I do know. I do know that when my mother was alive, God rest her soul, when she gave you that look, you know you had better slowly back away. Just ever so slowly. And whatever you're doing, you better stop, and you better stop right now. Every mother has that look. I'm telling you. Oh, you have that look as well? Yeah, it's that look like, do I have to say or do anything? It's like that evil eye. Okay. The birthday candle wishes. All right. So, for example, if you're having a birthday and you blow out the candles, we all know that. You have to blow out all the candles in one breath when you make a wish in order for the wish to come true. And like many others on this list, wishing on candles dates back to ancient Greeks. Actually, what they would do is they would bake cakes and top them with candles to ask Artemis, that's the mood goddess, for a favor. So the smoke from the extinguished candles was believed to carry the messages up to the gods as it rises. And that's where we get the blowing out the candles and make a wish. See, when you learn, this is when you learn stuff like this, you're thinking, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if that's a good idea anymore. I don't want to be asking this goddess, Artemis, whoever the hell that is, for a favor. I'm not really into all that. See, when you learn this, it's kind of like, I don't know about this one. But it is interesting though. Yeah, the look of Medusa. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Bad things happen in threes. The superstition that bad things happen. We'll do a couple more. Thank you very much. We'll do a couple more, and then we'll be closing up, and we'll be talking about other stuff here. Well, there's the belief. A spider kit to help you with. Okay, I thank you. A spider kit. No. Well, the belief that bad things happen or come in threes is a common superstition. It can be traced back to various cultural and historical origins. You believe, Gina, it's true? Well, now, Nacho Libre, now I agree with that. I agree with that as far as the rosary. I love my rosary. Yeah, Desiree says, now I have to do something else. Yeah, with my birthday, with my grandson's birthday candles. So so people believe that bad things happen in threes. I've heard this all my life too. Well, listen to this. This is where here's some theories on this, as far as where this come from. One theory suggests that this superstition may have its roots in religious beliefs and folklore, so where the number 3 was considered significant. It's often associated with completion or a powerful force. So, like, for example, in Christianity, the concept of the Holy Trinity, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. It represents a unified and complete divine entity. In addition, the rule of 3 is a common principle in storytelling and literature, where events are often structured in sets of 3 to create a sense of progression or resolution. And this pattern of 3 can be seen in like fairy tales and jokes and even modern pop culture. But I mean, seriously, there really is no reason as to why it has to be 333. But I do believe that the jinns are interesting because jinns can either be good or bad. So it's like Aladdin. So the genie in the bottle. So, if you make a wish and something can come true, I ultimately believe that, in my opinion, they're demonic. So, okay. We're going to do 2 more, and then we're going to get into the paranormal. Birds doing their business on you, pooping on you. It brings supposedly good luck. Now look, I love animals. I love birds, but ain't no bird gonna do their business on my head or my forehead, because I got a big old forehead, or the crown of my, and then me think, oh, thanks, appreciate it. Thanks, appreciate it. I'm glad you had a good lunch. Thank you very much. I'll wait around after you eat supper. Now look, there's nobody, you're not going to convince me. But there's a belief that birds pooping on you, it brings good luck. See, the superstition is believed to have originated in Russia. The good luck involved with a bird doing its business on you is supposedly just the simple fact that it happens so rarely that when it does, it's a blessing. It's also a sign that wealth is heading your way. Where is that pigeon? Hold on, I gotta go find that pigeon. No, listen. No. No. Oh, and I have heard this. Dead man's hand in cards. Dead man's hand in cards. Listen to this one. This actually is considered bad luck in poker. To be dealt a 2-pair, a hand consisting of black 8s and black aces, regardless of the whole card. The dead man's hand got its name because according to legend, these were the cards held by Wild Bill Hickok when he was unalived in the Old West in 1876. That is disgusting. Really, seriously. Let me just block this idiot. Really? That's just nasty. Sorry, I have to. That's really vulgar. I'm going to report this comment. That's gross. There. Sorry, I'm not even going to repeat what he said. I'm not even going to repeat it. That's just gross. That's nasty. Anyway, Dead Man's Hand in cards. I mean, we're extremely vulgar. That was on a different level vulgar. Anyway, so according to Wild Bill legend, Wild Bill Hickok, he had these hands, those cards, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. So we're going to talk about the rest of them tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when we, of course, have our open mic. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that, and hopefully you are. And then Miss Wilma is going to be joining us, and she's going to be telling us some more superstitions as well. So we got a lot. I mean, there's a whole lot of things that you should and should not do, allegedly, from superstitions. So that should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. Okay, so let's get into our paranormal. So if you have any questions, that would be wonderful. We'll be more than happy to. Let's see. Oh, by the way, for those of you who do not know, he actually, yes. Patrick, those were the cards that he was actually holding in his hand when the individual who unalived him came right into the saloon and did it. And so, yeah, it was, there's a Deadwood. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that show. Now, I'm going to say this very clearly. This is an adult-oriented show. So kids should not be watching Deadwood at all. That's a big no-no. This was actually in 2004, 2006. And I got to tell you, if you like that type of area, I love that type of time frame in American history, where the big gold rush, and in Deadwood, South Dakota. So if you have not seen it, it's basically a show set in the late 1800s, revolving around the characters of Deadwood, South Dakota. It is, I'm telling you guys, I've seen it. It's intense, and it is very adult oriented. So please just understand that. Okay. Yeah, this doll here. Yeah, this was actually taken by a family, but this doll here, it was featured, and you guys can't see it on this, but it was featured on the Eli Roth Presents Legion of Exorcist show. And this is the doll that the family brought in. The family, they became obsessed. The mom became obsessed with this doll. She collected, eclectic items. She just loved it. She liked really macabre items. She just loved it. And she was at this an antique store, and she was there, and she told me it was like she was zoned out. She couldn't really even hear her husband talk or anything. She had to have it. No matter what the cost was, she had to have this doll. And so she brought it home, and really paranormal activities began with bangings on the walls and scratches and people being, pinched and hit, and it was getting really, really violent. And within very little time, within a very, very little time, they had like a McMansion kind of a thing. It was a 3-story house, beautiful house, and the whole entire house burned down to a crisp. I mean, the whole entire thing just burnt down. The only thing that was standing was like an ornate metal bookshelf and this doll. That was it. And they called me because they knew that I'd done shows and things of this nature, because I've been doing it for over 20 years. And she wanted me to come and get it because she didn't want it anymore. And I went in there. She showed me exactly what it was. I walked over to this doll. Now, this doll was very interesting. It's porcelain. So the whole house burnt to it. Nothing. There was nothing there. But there is burnt marks on the and you guys can see it a little bit on TikTok right here on the bottom here, and also on the back there are burnt marks, and there's burnt marks on the sleeve. I'm pointing out TikTok, and you can actually still smell the fire, or you can still smell the smoke. What was interesting is the doll was not burnt at all, and I took it to a paranormal conference, to a show. And I've told this story before, and I had it in its case, and people kept saying, "Can you take it out of its case?" And I really didn't want to, but I decided to go ahead. And there's a room full of people, and I held it, and people were like, no, put it back in. But we don't want it around. The whole room, the whole entire atmosphere completely changed. Let me turn the comments on for TikTok, as I said I would. Everything changed, the whole room. And they said, put it back in. So as I was putting it back in its case, someone asked me a question, and I got distracted, and I put it right next to my laptop. And as I turned around to address the question, a firefighter was in the front row. "Bishop Long, look, your laptop's on fire." So I turned around. My laptop was on fire. I mean, I saw it. The whole room, the whole people saw it. And so ever since then, I will not take it out. I will not ever take it out. Now, I'm sure. And now I do take it to paranormal conferences. So I will be taking it to, and I will not be taking it out, but I will be taking it to the Arkansas Paranormal Conference that I will be doing this year. So if you want to show up, then it's going to be October 26th and 27th. Yeah. I'm not going to take it out. October the 26th and 27th, and it's going to be in Arkansas. And so this is a really great thing because it's the Arkansas Paranormal Expo. It benefits supporting the MacArthur Museum of Arkansas Military History. I'm a strong supporter of our military, those who have given their lives, and those who are prior and before and after and right now. And so I just have a big part of my heart goes to our brave men and women who are in the military. And so this goes to, it's a historic place. It's a 501c3. And so that's what we're doing. So it's going to be great. So if you want to, just go to ArkansasParanormalExpo.com. Thank you there, Bill. ArkansasParanormalExpo.com. And that's going to be October 26th and 27th. And people ask me, well, I put it in I normally don't have it here. I just did it for tonight because people were asking me to bring it. I put it in my storage facility. So I have a storage facility full of items that people have sent me, and because a very violent activity has occurred in their home, and they send these items to me. And then I teach people about this. And people say, "Why do you do it?" Well, because I teach. I'm an educator. See, I can talk about the doll all day long, but when you actually see it, and it's in your presence, and you actually get to feel the energy of it, okay, now there's a visual to what I'm talking about. And I am quite passionate about teaching people stop collecting these things because they are quite dangerous. No, I'm not going to take it out. They are very dangerous, and I just don't do it. Just simply don't do it. And so this is why I talk about these things. And as a matter of fact, it's just a lot of people do this. A lot of people are collecting these items, and they're bringing these items to their homes, and they're wondering why the activity occurs. So I talked earlier about a particular doll, a case that I had worked where the individual was suffering from possession, and she loved creating dolls. Or, like even stuffed animals. She she would have stuffed animals. She'd put like little paint, like little red paint on their cheeks and make them kind of red and just cheer them up, just to make them look. She just loved it. That was her joy. That was her joy. And so, well, thank you. So what she did, she started playing with a Ouija board because she thought it was fun. Her friends, she didn't think anything of it. And she was in her 20s or so. And I'm not going to tell you where she lives but something changed. And something changed to a very severe level. And so her dolls were no longer this cheerful, beautiful little dolls that she would always dress them up in clothing because she would sell them. And a whole entire thing changed. Everything. The way she was dressing, she was no longer associating with her friends. She would be very snappy at them, very aggressive. Her house just seemed dark. Her friends would go over to her house and everything just seemed to be so dark. And so I got involved, and this was a possession case, and we worked with her. I worked with her, and we thankfully we took care of the issue. But there was one particular teddy bear, I guess, that she was very fond of. And this teddy bear she would hold on to, and she would hold on to this teddy bear, especially during an exorcism, well, the demonic would. And that was kind of like the demonic's, like a security blanket. And so after the exorcism was completed and the demonic was expelled and we finished, then we said the doll's got to go. The doll has the teddy bear has to go. She agreed. But this is what, let me show you. Now keep in mind, we're talking about a person who made teddy bears and dolls that were cute and had little dresses, and she would sell them on eBay and things. So she went from that to this. So the claws are here. There's nothing really on the feet. It just a lot of burnt marks everywhere. But yeah. So that's what she went to. And so I will be bringing that with me as well during the presentation. So people can see that she played with the Ouija board. Yeah, she was playing with the Ouija board, and she didn't think much of it, and but she and her friends thought it was be a fun night, just to get together and drink and have a good time. And activity did occur that night when they played with a Ouija board. This is why I say these Ouija boards are not good. I have it in the case. It's in the case. It's just on the floor. But it's too big. It's too big. The case is too big for me to pick up. So I bless this. I did find the name of the demonic. So that's the only way that that she was freed from this. So that was a rough case. But see, this is why I tell people all the time. Here's the deal, and the trolls are going to say what they're. I really don't care. Here's the deal, trolls. Here, I'm not going to pay attention to you. You won't get my attention at all. You're not going to get under my skin. I ignore you because we're adults here. The thing is those of you who know me, I've said this a million times. I do not charge for my ministry. I do not get paid as being clergy. So I do this because it is important that we teach about this and that we share the truth about it. And as there's a lot of people who don't want me to do this, I don't really care because it seems like the more I share the truth, the more some people get really angry. And I just wonder, do you have some demonic attachment that we need to talk about? Because, it's one of those things. she was under oppression, and it was a violent act. It was a really violent case. So, yeah, it was a violent case. But anyway, that's a good question. Bishop, what was the question? Yeah, well, Saxman, can young children be oppressed by demons? No, the age of reason, which is 12. It can. It can take years. Here's the thing that people need to understand. I worked with a woman for 3 years, and she was violently attacked. And matter of fact, her daughter came on and talked about her case. So if you want to get my help, here's what you have to do. I have far too many emails to keep up with. I have now over 16,000 emails and over 900 messages on TikTok. The best way to reach me is bishopjameslong.com and click on the paranormal link. And what will happen is the Society of St. Benedict will get in touch with you, and then we'll go from there. But that's the best way, because the problem is if I have so many different social media outlets and people are contacting me here and there and there and there, it's impossible to keep up. I can't. So people have to go through bishopjameslong.com and click on the paranormal link. That's the only way, because like I said, it's gotten too much. Like, look, I have 16,166 emails there. Well, you guys can't see it. 16,000. Anyway, 16,166 emails. That's in 1 week. I just can't do it. Can't do it. So, I do the best I can and go from there. And I don't, like I said, I don't get paid for this. So I do this in my spare time. So, we have to understand that. By the way, for those of you who want to know, if you're interested in working in a real haunted house, the Conjuring House is hiring. This is by Heather Morrison. It says, looking for a job? One place is hiring where your coworkers could be ghosts. The Conjuring House, the iconic haunted Rhode Island farmhouse where evil happens, inspired the 2013 horror movie The Conjuring, is hiring 4 new positions, according to a Facebook post. The positions include 2 tour guides and a caretaker and a camping host, which is a ghost plus camping. Paranormal experience is not required for the 1-hour tour positions. However, those with experience in paranormal or spiritual fields are encouraged to talk about it and put in an email. So it says, what are we looking for? Hardworking people with positive outlooks on things. We prefer nice, caring, willing to learn and follow direction kind of folks. You must also enjoy interacting with the public and with our spirited activity, the Facebook post reads. For those of you who like to know, the house was actually purchased in 2022 for $1.52 million, $300,000 over the asking price, by Jacqueline Nunez, a Boston developer with a deep fascination and the belief in the paranormal, with the buying stipulations from the previous owner being that whoever owns the home cannot live in it year-round due to its powerful energy. As Nunez told the Boston Globe, Nunez says she would be running day tours and allowing guests to book overnight for investigation. So, if you're interested, there it is. Now, I did not know Lorraine. I did not know Ed Warren. I did know Lorraine. I was friends with Lorraine, but I did not know Ed. Also, Angela Parent. I don't know why my brain just said goodbye. Miss Parent, you have got to go and get the books on Amazon. And I'm telling you, Andrea Parent, you cannot, if you want to truly know about this particular case, The Conjuring, then you need to purchase her books. House of Darkness, House of Light, Andrea Parent. That is what you need to do. Now, I like Andrea. I've known Andrea for a long time. Andrea she's a no-nonsense type of person. As a matter of fact, her show is right after mine at the top of the hour at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on KGREDB. Actually, she's not doing a show tonight because of the weekend. But she's normally on here at 9 p.m. every Friday And so if you guys want to watch her show, go to kgradb.com. And there we go. Jay Javi, I wrote a book before. So people say, well, when are you going to write a book? I did. And what the trolls did is they actually they copied it and they posted it all over social media. So I ended up just giving my book away for free. It's the same way that they're doing now with my 4 classes that I have. The classes that I had, I was charging $49.99, and you would learn 4 classes. They basically comes out to $12.50 a class. And so what the trolls did, and what they've been doing for a long time, is they would take it, they would download it, they would steal it, and then they would post it all over Facebook or other social media outlets, and just saying here, here, here. So I just said, you know what, the hell with this, and I just give it away. Just have it then, take it. And so I did it with my book. On Facebook, I posted, if you want my book, I'll send you a PDF. Because that's just the way they are. They're just nasty people. And so we decided to do that with the classes that I have online. So now, they are doing that and spreading it around. I talked to an attorney about it, and he said, James, here's the problem. You have 1 to 2 people who are taking the class a month. That's it. And it's going to cost you a substantial amount of money to sue them. And you don't make any money. You're not doing this for income. So really, what are you going to do? Well, you're just going to be out of a lot of money with legal fees. I mean, he said, I'll be happy to represent you and you have a case, but you're not going to receive any form of compensation that's worth your while because you don't make any compensation. So it's like, okay. So that's, we decided to just go ahead and give it away. So it's just better to do it that way. And it's a shame that I have to do that. People ask me, what about making another book? They're just going to do it again. So they would just simply steal it, post it all over social media or online. And I just had to end up basically giving it away again. So this is what I've been doing. I've been dealing with this for over 20 years. This is nothing new. And so it's just that's just the type of people that these people are. They're just, pretty sad. But that's the way it goes. So I do have an online class where you learn demonology, angelology, paranormal studies, and genealogy. And how do I talk? I don't understand. What does that mean, Kathy? You'll have to explain that to me. You can go to bishopjameslong.com, bishopjameslong, LONG.com, and go from there. So genies? I'm not really a big fan of genies. Yeah. So bishopjameslong.com, click on the class link. And if you want to make a donation to the church to help some of the clergy, that would be wonderful. We would appreciate that. That would be very nice. That'd be very nice. So, and like I said, I don't mind giving it away. I just ask, if we do that, just offer something to the ministry. We've had over 300 people now enroll in this class for free, and that's fine. And if we were actually going to charge each person $49.99, we'd have $14,997 in the bank account, and we have $700. So you can kind of see where there's a huge discrepancy there. So, well, again, I don't mind giving it away, but we do ask that people at least donate something because 300 people who are brand new, since I've been giving it away, again, that's close to $15,000, and we have $700 in the account. So, but we got to be grateful for every penny we have. Okay. Listen to this. Anthony Cutherston, I think that's the name. This is pretty fascinating stuff. Artificial intelligence. I don't know if I like this. Artificial intelligence that simulates dead people risk haunting relatives, scientists warn. No, smoking cigarettes is not demonic. It's just bad for you. Artificial simulations of dead people risk unwanted digital hauntings, researchers have warned. A new study by ethicists at Cambridge University found that artificial intelligent chat bots capable of simulating the personalities of people who have passed away, known as dead bots. Folks, it's a thing. It's a thing. I did, Stormy. Thank you very much. Thank you, Stormy. Matter of fact, I was going to call you, but thank you. So get this, dead bots. I've never even heard of this. Should require safety protocols in order to protect surviving friends and relatives. Some chatbot companies are already offering customers the option to simulate the language and personality traits of a deceased loved one using artificial intelligence. Ethicist from Cambridge Center for Future Intelligence says that ventures are high risk due to psychological impact that they can have on people. Said it is vital that digital afterlife services consider the rights and consent, not just of those they recreate, but those who will have to interact with the simulations. I don't know about this. The findings were published in the journal Philosophy and Technology in a study titled Grief Bots, Dead Bots, Post-Mortem Avatars on Responsible Applications of Generative AI in the Digital Afterlife Industry. The study details how AI chatbot companies that claim to be able to bring back the dead could use the technology to spam family and friends with messages and adverts using the deceased person's digital likeness. I'm sorry, this is wrong in all. So now these companies have the ability, if you're online, if let's say that your mother, like my mother had passed away, she had Facebook. So they find her Facebook page and they take a picture of her and are able to put it on their program, and they can spam my email with her saying, James, I want to talk to you. And she's looking, she's talking, she's smiling. They said such an outcome would be the equivalent of being stalked by the dead, the researchers warned. Rapid advancements in generative IA mean that nearly anyone with internet access and some basic know-how can revive a deceased loved one, the study says. This area of AI is an ethical minefield. It's important to prioritize the dignity of the deceased and ensure that it is not encroached on by financial motives of digital afterlife services. I don't know about this one, guys. This to me is a problem. This to me is, by the way, this is similar. I agree, Michelle. This is crazy. Similar to the Black Mirror episode. It's called Be Right Back. Now, I've not seen this, so I don't know what we're referring to, but apparently there's a Black Mirror episode. It's on Netflix. Whoa, listen to this. A Black Mirror episode called Be Right Back features artificial intelligence simulating dead people. It's on Netflix. So similar to Black Mirror episode Be Right Back, chatbot users are already utilizing the technology in an effort to emulate dead loved ones. In 2021, a man in Canada attempted to chat with his deceased fiancée using an artificial intelligence tool called Project December, which he claimed emulated her personality. Wow. This is AI. This is a problem. This is a real issue. I mean, because what happened, people need to. So I actually typed in, there's an actual website called projectdecember.net. And I'm not here to try to promote it. I'm here to put shine a light on it so that you can know. Because when I read this, I thought, okay, I got to share this. Projectdecember.net. Yeah, I've watched the first season of Evil, but listen to this. Projectdecember.net. Simulate the dead. Project December is the first system in the world of its kind using patent-pending technology in conjunction with deep artificial intelligence running on one of the world's most sophisticated supercomputers. We can now simulate a text-based conversation with anyone, including someone who is no longer living. So let's get started now for $10. It's asking your email, their full name, their first name, your name, what you called them, like if there was a nickname, what they called you if there was a nickname, what they were, your relation, mother, uncle, best friend, the year of their birth, the year of their death, their age of death, and they died from what? What kind of career did they have? The last location residence that they lived in, and they originally from this. Wow. See, this is the problem because as clergy, I don't like this. I don't like this at all because this. So for those people who are saying you're just promoting it, you're fishing. Okay, you go away, Joel. I don't like this. I'm not supportive of this at all because this does not allow the person to properly grieve, to go through the stages of grief. And I agree with you. I think it's very, very unhealthy. And I am not a fan of this at all. And now they have the ability to, artificial intelligence now has the ability to scan all the people that you're friends with or were friends with, and then they can gather all their information and then slam you. That's going to happen. That's what this article says, that eventually you're going to be slammed from emails of a deceased relative. That's a problem. I think artificial intelligence can be useful, but I will not use it. I just, you don't know. See, the thing is with artificial intelligence, you don't know where the information that you're putting in, you don't know where it's going. I don't like it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm too old fashioned. I'm not a fan of it. And I won't participate in artificial intelligence of any kind. But that's me. But anyway, yeah, when I saw that, I was like, okay, I've got to talk to you guys about that. Yeah, it's man, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, passwords be rare. Isn't that the truth? That is so true. Okay, so what if you have any questions? We can open it up to some questions. See, astral projection is anytime a lot of people say astral projection is when you actually leave your body and you project to another location. I am not in support or a fan of any form of leaving your body or astral. Now, there's a term called remote viewing. Remote viewing is really interesting, and actually it was used in the military. I actually had I guess maybe 15 years ago, I had a person on who actually taught in the military remote viewing. It was a fascinating interview. So remote viewing is, and I can't explain it, but they basically put a target in an envelope. Say, okay, it's a place. That's all they say. It's a place, and they put it in an envelope, and they had people just they don't second guess their thoughts. They just write down or draw what they're seeing, and then once they're done, then they take the whatever picture it is off the envelope and they show them the Eiffel Tower. And it's quite interesting to see. There are some people who have up to 70 to 80% accuracy. That's quite remarkable, really remarkable. But tarot. Yeah, I don't like tarots. No, I'm not a fan of tarot cards, especially because of the root. Because where it originally rooted from. So no. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of that. See, and here's the deal. And be honest with you, I'm not a fan of, and this is just me. I know there's a lot of people who have their own personal opinions, and that's fine. They're entitled to it, and so am I. I am not going to place my future in the hands of cards. My future is not based or determined on what card comes up next obviously in the packet. What my future is based upon my decisions in life, and so that is what I believe. I'm in control of my future. I don't believe cards are going to tell me what I am not or can or cannot do. So to me, I don't believe in that. So No, actually, you should, SV. And there is a blessing called the Epiphany of the Doors, or Blessing of the Doors, Chalking of the Doors. And those are perfectly fine. You can do that. You can Google that, and I would encourage you to do that. We've talked about sage before. I did a presentation on it not too long ago. Sage actually, in of itself, is nothing negative. People use sage, and I think that's why it gets such a bad rap, because of Wiccan pagan. My grandmother was Cherokee. My grandfather was Cherokee. So I don't necessarily, because and many times I cannot, if I go to someone's home, I can't use the church censer because it has charcoal. And so a lot of apartment complexes will not allow me to burn charcoal inside. So I have no issues with using sage at all, none whatsoever. There's nothing, and I even talked about how there are actually benefits from using sage, and we did actually a whole presentation on that. I'm not really big into angel numbers. That really is another form of tarot. No, I have not watched Supernatural yet. I really, when I tell you I have no time, I mean, really, my day starts quite early and it lasts until 10:15, 10:30 tonight. So, did you hear this story? This is by T.K. Randall. Listen to this. A family experiences a paranormal activity after non-human crashed in their yard. So a family who reported that an object had crashed in their yard last year has since been plagued by paranormal experiences. So the strangeness began on April 30th last year when a family in Las Vegas reported that some sort of unknown object had come down from the sky and crash landed in their backyard. A short time later, one of the family phoned the police to actually report the incident. I've talked about this before. So there's like an 8-foot person beside the object, and another one is inside, and it has big eyes, and it's looking at us, and it's still there. And he said they're very large. They're like 8, 9, 10 foot. They look like aliens to us, big eyes, and they have big eyes like I can't explain it, and big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and it says, and they're human. He said they're 100% not human. So when officers attended the scene, several other members of the family corroborated the sighting, and other residents also confirmed that something had fallen from the sky. So at the time, the American Meteor Society maintained that a meteor was responsible for the sightings, with 21 reports being received in total across California, Nevada, and Utah. And that said, not everyone seemed to be satisfied with the explanation. I mean, a meteor, and you're seeing an 8-foot creature. I mean, hello. That said, so fast forward to the present day, and now Angel Kenmore, the same teenager who had reported the event to the police last year, has told News Nation in an interview that the strangest had not ended. He now maintains that the non-human entity that he saw that day was possibly a demon, and that the family's home has since been plagued by paranormal activity. He said in one instance, a Christian cross that was in the house was reportedly observed floating upside down in the air, while a Jesus figurine had been ripped off and thrown across the room by an unseen force. Well, if this family is watching this, or now or later, contact me. We'll go out there and we'll verify, we'll validate, and we'll take care of it. So there we are. Debbie, that is so funny. Debbie said, let's all pray that it's true. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Now that's clever. That's clever. No. Sin City, Arizona. No. Is it true that the Vatican recently warned about paranormal events that will begin to happen more often? No. That was let me tell you what happened. And I've talked about this before. That was that it is a non-news story. It truly is. In 1978, the Vatican had reported, had a guide on how to determine if like Marian apparitions were true. So Mary would appear to people, and they say, okay, follow these guidelines. Okay, thank you, Mr. Producer. Or any type of or miracles for that matter. So now with social media becoming, obviously, we're all interconnected with one another so quickly, what was happening is bishops from particular jurisdictions were declaring something as legitimate. And then when the Vatican began to get involved, so then I don't know why people keep calling me in the middle. So when the Vatican got involved, then, of course, that's what happened. They would say, nope, It's not. It's nothing. It's not a real thing. It's not true. And unfortunately, that caused problem between the Vatican and their bishops. So all they did this guide so that there would not be this communication error between bishops and the Vatican. That's it. That's all it was. And so that's all it was. And because it was causing problems, that was it. So now you know the rest of the story. So this was a connection, a communication. Sorry, I'm getting dings. It's driving me crazy. I'm doing a show. It was just a miscommunication, and they had to fix it. So that's it. This had nothing to do with demons. It had nothing to do with UFOs. This had absolutely nothing to do with any of that stuff. This was because bishops were declaring something a miracle. The Vatican got involved and said, no, it's not. And there was a problem. That's it. So that's it. That's all. You can go to usocc.org and all the information is there. For those of you on Spreaker, I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. Yeah, I tell you, it goes by too fast. Way, way, way too fast. For those of you who are on Instagram, I appreciate you guys being here and have a great night as well. And we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, but yep, I really want to end the show. And now, tomorrow we'll be here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Miss Wilma and I, and we're going to have a good time. Hopefully you will as well. I'm going to remind you, hopefully you'll have a wonderful and safe holiday weekend, but we're going to be here. And I'm also going to be here Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Bible study. So we'll be here too. Remember, I tell you all the time that your value does not decrease based on someone's inability or refusal to see your worth. You are priceless no matter what the trolls tell you. And don't let anybody convince you otherwise. Facebook, YouTube, and KGRADB Radio and Rumble. Good night. The Sacred Division has been brought to you by Bishop Long's online paranormal course. Learn demonology, angelology, paranormal studies, and genealogy. It's 100% online, and you learn at your own pace. Please go to www.bishopjameslong.com and click on the paranormal course link.